Welcome back. Tonight, I'm obsessed with something President Trump said to the Washington Post this week. Quote, "There's no proof of anything, but there very well could be." Okay. That could be the quintessential Trump bait and switch. Admit there's no evidence that criminals and Middle Easterners, and by that he means terrorists, are part of that migrant caravan. But toss the stink bomb out there and let the stench stick to his opponents. More than 50 years ago, the historian Richard Hofstadter wrote one of the most influential essays about our political system, quote, "The Paranoid Style in American Politics." In it, Hofstadter wrote that paranoia in politics wouldn't matter so much if it only affected emotionally disturbed people. But he added this: "It is the use of paranoid modes of expression by more or less normal people that makes the phenomenon significant." That was written in 1964. Today, there's an entire media ecosystem devoted to amplifying and mainstreaming the extreme. Birtherism, voter fraud, New Jersey Muslims celebrating 9/11, the climate change hoax, caravan funders, liberal mobs. Today, the conspiracy virus is being spread not just by the likes of Rush Limbaugh and Alex Jones, but by the man at the very top. Every one of those discredited claims has been peddled by the President of the United States. Does he believe them? Or is he cynically exploiting the fears of his supporters? I don't know. There's no proof of anything, but there very well could be. Hello, YouTubers. If you're watching this, it means you've checked out our channel, so thank you. Now do me a favor, subscribe by clicking on that button down there. Click on any of the videos to watch the latest interviews and highlights from MTP Daily and MSNBC. You can get more Meet the Press content every morning in the First Read newsletter. If you're tired of content that you don't know anything about where it came from, you don't have to have that problem with us. NBC News, MSNBC, MTP, and the Meet the Press mindset right here for you on YouTube. Subscribe now.